Time on Boneyard Revivals, the local Nissan dealership calls me up to remind me, hey, your girlfriend's Nissan Rogue's been sitting here for 6 months and you haven't done nothing with it. Sorry boys, forgot she existed. And then they also mentioned, hey, come get it out of here before we start charging you, you know, rental and lot fee services for keeping this pile of junk here for that long. Dang. So we grab the whole crew cab and the car trailer and we go pick it up. Hey, I'm Robert. Welcome to Boneyard Revivals. Before we do anything actually important, I got some taillights here that we have to discuss. These new here taillights. I was looking for a set out of a junkyard specifically for the crew cab, but they had these on sale on Rock Auto. I think I paid like $6 a piece for them. Got them and I decided I wanted to put them on the square body. So we have the old chrome ones that were on it, and we're gonna go throw them on the crew cab. And if Rock Auto decides to do another sale, well, maybe I'll pick up another new set for the crew cab. Like I said, initially they were supposed to be for this truck, but I decided to put the old ones on it. These are the ones that are on it now. I love the chrome trim rings. I just think they add to the character of the truck, and there's enough, you know, bling. Well, those rims won't be on it too much longer, but there's enough chrome on the rest of the truck where it makes sense to add them. I think it'll add a little bit of that character that I'm looking for, a little bit of the style. What do you think? What? You have a bunch of stuff attached to you. How do you do this? I don't pay attention to you for 5 seconds and you come back with catty nine tails and whatever the hell else is attached to you. Well, let me attend to him and then we'll get them in there. These are really easy to take out. Basically, you get yourself a T15 bit. Now remember, gentlemen, if you're going to use a power tool, put it down on the lowest setting. When you go to take them out isn't as important, but when you go to send them back on, don't over torque these and bust the tail light or break the actual screw piece where the screw goes in. It's all plastic. Just you know, try to be a little smart about it, but like I said, not that hard. Doing it one-handed might be. Basically pull all 4 of those screws out, well, and lose the screw in the driveway and get a flat tire later. Yep, but take all 4 of them out and that comes right off. All 4 of our screws are out. Ooh, this one's a little stuck in there. There we go. Like I said, it's just the plastic cover that pulls off, and that's why I said don't over torque these, because all these holes here, you'll blow them right out. You'll strip them and then everything won't go back in right. Is that a blown out bulb? Oh no, we got a reverse light out, boys. Well, I'll go see if I have another one tossed in there quick. 4 of your screws back in and wham bam clam, there they are. Now I don't know about you boys, but, and ladies, sorry, not trying to exclude you. Yeah, that just looks better. Oh yeah, all right, now let's grab our my hitch and let's, I guess, go get one of Kira's vehicles, and we have to tow it back here. So first time towing anything in this truck. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see how she does. So I was supposed to go pick up the trailer here, and that's currently what we're on our way to do. You might notice it's not daylight out anymore. It's because I made a pit stop over at Joe's, and potential for another project vehicle coming, you know, eventually, because, you know, I need another one, like I need a hole in the head. But we're on our way over to my old man's now. We'll grab trailer, see how the old Hoodrich crew cab likes the old car trailer behind her. I'm sure it's going to do fine. I just hope the hitch setup and everything works the way I want it to. Alrighty, good morning. Got the crew cab hooked up to the car trailer, and in case you're wondering, yes, I didn't get a video of me going over to my dad's and getting it last night, mostly because you know, it was like raining sideways. Yeah, and yeah, I just need to get the trailer on the truck, but we got everything hooked up. Basically, for our lights, we have it set up off of that 7-way switch into the 4, because this trailer takes a 4. This doesn't have electric brakes, it has manual brakes, so it has that pin. So basically, when you hit the brakes, the whole hitch system moves forward. It's hooked up to a master cylinder here. Basically, it pumps that piston and basically makes the brakes do the thing down there. So usually when we actually like drive down the road with the trailer is empty, we keep this bolt in here so it doesn't actually engage. But I'll probably I'm gonna take it off when we get the car on the trailer, And yeah, I'm curious to see how this thing does. Honestly, pulling it home last night, you kind of barely noticed the trailer was there, where you know, I would say that, you know, driving the square body with that trailer behind it, you kind of notice it a little more. Like I said, I think the reason why this truck kind of really stinks for towing is because of the 323s in the rear compared to the 410s. I think that's literally pretty much what makes the biggest difference. The fact that this has a, you know, much bigger cam and, you know, higher stall torque converter in it, that kind of don't help it much either. So that's kind of why it kind of sucks to, you know, pull a trailer with. But I think this thing's going to do really good, but we'll find out. So we just need to head down there and go pick it up. Just check the engine oil. We're good on that. I'm going to fire it up. Coolant level's good. Just going to fire the old TBI tree fitty up and let it warm up a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, I think he currently has this looped, if I'm not mistaken. So it just goes into the rad, right? Yeah, because there is a transcooler on this. But I don't think he has it hooked up because I think he said one of the hoses started leaking or something. So that's something long term, you know, I definitely want to fix. So today's going to kind of be that test to see, you know, hey, can we smoke a turbo 400? I think we'll be all right, though. I don't plan on beating it too hard. Get her on the highway and just kind of, you know, ease into it. But let's see if she wants to fire up this morning. It's not too cold, so it should fire right off. There she goes. Well, we got it. Once again, the rain had made it miserable to get video, but you know, it's here. So far, it's doing great. I'm not trying to beat the balls off of it, so. But surprisingly, the little 350 is working her heart out. But it actually pulls surprisingly good. The trailer and the hitch setup kind of sucks. And like I said before, the way this trailer is a manual brake trailer, basically every time you go to stop or you go to pull forward, the trailer kind of jerks and it's scaring Kira. But so far so good. We probably got like 20 miles, 15, 20 miles till we're home. So southbound and down. We're back home. She made it in the driveway, and I tell you what, this truck does really good. Pulling some of the big long hills, there was a big long hill that we had to pull on the interstate there. And it did leave something a little desired to be, honestly, torque-wise. You know, I think I was doing like 50, maybe 55 in third gear. I could have downshifted in the second, bring the speed up, and then shifted back in the third. But it was my first time towing with the old girl, and I just wanted to, you know, keep all the temps down. But it stayed, you know, cool as a cucumber. And honestly, it did a really good job. As far as pulling, like, we have some back roads around here that we pulled. It did fantastic. I have nothing to complain about at all whatsoever. Besides, you know, perhaps maybe it needing a little bit of torque, you know, it did really good. And I mean, this, I don't know, this Rogue probably weighs, I don't know, I would say like 35 to like 4,500 pounds. So, you know, it's not necessarily a light load. You know, but like I said, it did really good. No complaints. It is an absolute school bus to try to maneuver around and stuff, especially down in the city there. But like I said, it worked out good. I guess at this point now, I have to get this thing unloaded, and I kind of haven't figured out how I want to do this yet. I was kind of thinking doing it right here because the ramps are going to be low enough. I just hope that the brakes are good enough on that. And it's going to be sketchy because the deck of the trailer is going to be wet. Which kind of sucks, but we'll have to figure that out. Just kind of now realizing how steep of an incline that is. And then I just hope the brakes work somewhat good on this, because if not, you know, it's gonna go down the driveway, and there's a tractor tucked back in the woods over there. Right there, you can see the front of the bucket. I might just, if it's got no brakes, just kind of look in the mirror and just land it right next to the tractor and just kind of leave it there and you know, hope no one, you know, sees it. But yeah, we'll get all the straps off and hope that it, you know, goes well. And we'll have vehicle number 5 that doesn't run and drive in the driveway, because we got the black car up there. Black car don't run and drive. The top Tammy's over. Well, there's Tammy's over there, and then the race car's in, you know, in the tent over there, and then this. So yeah, the odds aren't looking good, boys. Vehicle's running to not running ratio is starting to get really far out of hand. Oh boy, a lot of these need to go. Oh, the S10 doesn't currently run and drive either. I forgot about that. It needs a starter because the old starter went bad. Yep. Nice. Ramp's chalked. Trailer's chalked. Crew cab chalked. Also front wheels and ditch. I think we're ready. Yeah, maybe. Okay. This either can go really good or really bad. Probably the latter of the two. So far, we're off to a swell start.
It's good, but okay. I said it's good, but okay. So
Well, here she is. I'm trying to let it run so it charges the battery. The battery actually is a good battery in here. It just went dead from sitting for how long. We had this down at the Nissan store for probably, well, the dealership, I don't know, for probably a good like 5 or 6 months. I actually kind of forgot it existed for a second. But basically what it came down to is, you know, I have one of my buddies works down there. He's one of the technicians for him, and I kind of had him pull it in and look over it, and basically, you know, we knew it needed a trans, but apparently it needs a CV axle or two and brakes, and I think there's like another few issues with it, and it kind of sucks because she actually really loves this thing. And you know, she was kind of mentioning, you know, even though we got her the Jetta, you know, how much she wanted an all-wheel drive vehicle. And it's kind of a shame because the body for the most part's clean, besides her smacking a pole and, you know, women doing what women do. But you know, like I said, it's just a shame because I know that she was kind of even telling me on the way back how much she really liked it. But, you know, it's just one of those things. It's not worth the money. At least it wasn't worth the money to have the dealership do it. Like, I think to get a CVT trans for this, it would have been like, initially they used to sell them for like maybe like $1,000 to $1,500. to get a new one, but now they're up to like 2,500 bucks. So it would have been just 2,500 bucks straight up for the trans, and then probably, I don't know, an additional, you know, I'd say at least, you know, probably close to another grand for labor, and that's just the trans. So, you know, you would have been, you know, 3.5 deep into it, and that's pretty much the value of this car, unfortunately. So there's another local guy here that does some stuff like that, and his labor rate might be a little cheaper, so maybe I'll talk to him and see, because I know she does like this. But unfortunately, if not, probably gonna list it on the old marketplace and send her on down the road, or it's gonna end up at one of the local junkyards, and whatever she gets for it, she gets for it. But it's just kind of a shame, because there is a decent vehicle here, but you know, and I don't feel like parting it out, because I don't like people showing up at my house and tearing stuff apart. Yeah, I usually let stuff like that happen as if I know them, or like, you know, they're a connection to someone that I know. I don't know, call me weird, but the world that we live in today, I don't trust people, especially if I'm not here. And even if I'm here, I'm too busy trying to do 50 other things, and I really don't feel like answering questions and doing all that nonsense. And I honestly, this is why it's hard for me to sell stuff, because I just hate dealing with like just people, because you know how marketplace is. Oh, I'll give you this much for it, or oh, I'll buy it, and then they tell you when they're going to show up. You schedule your whole day out, and then they never show up or whatever, and it's such a pain in the butt. It's easier to buy than it is to sell, I guess. But yeah, don't know what we're gonna do with it, but you know, it's in the driveway. This is the moment where I'd like to thank my landlord, Butch. If you end up watching this video, thank you so kindly for putting up with my shenanigans, and you know, me having, I don't know, 9 vehicles in your driveway. Super good dude, appreciate you. And but yeah, I guess that will do it for this video. Ooh, one other thing, sorry, ADHD kicking in. We mentioned the Jetta, and you guys saw that video. If you watched the video where we picked up rims and tires for it, on this thing looks, you know, like a Mark 6 Jetta, but it looks good, besides, you know, the rot holes. But man, look at that thing. She got some stance, she got some bigger rims on her, she's looking good. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys about Jettas when you're here for like this stuff, you know, but it looks cool. And then Tammy's still here. If you're waiting for the next video on Tammy, I have some bad news, boys. We're not gonna end up doing as much as we wanted to on Tammy, but you guys saw that project vehicle earlier that we had to swing over Joe's to go look at. If me and Joe can, you know, finagle a deal, you know, he's happy with how much I'm paying, I'm happy with how much I'm paying, you know, there's a chance that what's under here ends up in that project, if it all works out. But you know how it goes with me. Another day and 60,000 projects and just living the dream. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, can we get an F in the chat for the Rogue, and a thumbs up for the crew cab. Crew cab did awesome. Have nothing to complain about that. It's been a super awesome truck for us. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next video, where I don't even know what we're gonna be doing. We have stuff scheduled. It just spontaneous stuff like this pops up, and I go, hey, let's shoot a video. So, but I'm gonna stop rambling. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.